Question 11. Okay, so first bit of this question is quite nice because it says use the trapezium rule. Okay, you're given the trapezium rule. So you're given all the values that are going to go in there. The only thing that you've got to know is that h is a distance between the intervals. So that's 0.5, that's a half. So just sub all the numbers in. All right, so there's a nice bit. So I've done this bit for you. So if we just go and put those numbers in, and that gives us, so what's that, a quarter multiplied by 2.4023, that's that bit and that bit, and then plus 2 lots of 3.6159, and that comes to 2.41. Right, so there you go, there's a nice first bit of the question. Right, what about the second bit of the question? It's not quite so easy. Right, so on the second bit of the question, we've got to integrate this to get the exact area. Right, so we're going to have to integrate this part here. Yeah, we're going to use by parts. It is possible to use substitution on it, but then you still have to end up doing by parts, so it's actually far more complicated. So in short, what we've got to do is we've got to do this. Okay, so we're going to integrate our function between 2 and 4, and then is by parts just over here. So let's see how this is going to work. Now, when you're doing this, little trick is to think about this as ln x and then squared multiplied by, think about it, it's multiplied by 1, so it kind of fits this idea over here. So what I always do here is I'm going to turn this into something I'm actually going to differentiate, because I'm not really sure how we're going to integrate this. So we're going to like do it back to front, if you like. So if I differentiate this, and I'm just skipping a little bit here, 2 lots of that multiplied by 1 over x. I'm just using chain rule there. And then that's going to give me, so dv, that's the 1. So therefore v equals x. Right, let's just put this into by parts. Remember, the trick is here. Right, let's just pop it into by parts. So we've got u times v, so let's write that down. So we've got x times ln x, and then that's squared. And we're going to take away, and then we've got this times this. Well, 1 over x and the x, they're going to cancel each other out. So it's just 2 ln x. Now that's giving me, that's another little problem. So what we're going to have to do is actually going to do a repeat of by parts. So we're just going to concentrate on this part here. So just ignore the rest of the question for a second. Easiest thing to do is just to rewrite this. Imagine that this is now our question. So let's just focus on that. I'll do exactly the same technique as before. So u is equal to ln x, dv is equal to 2. So v equals 2x, and du equals 1 over x. Right, now I'll piece these together. Right, just thinking about this over here. So u times v, so that's going to be 2x ln x, and then we're going to take away from that. It's just going to be v times du, this times this. So that's just 2, isn't it? Okay, so now I've got to something I can actually deal with. Well, that's take away 2x. There we are. So now what we're going to do is, well, that goes up there. All right, so we're going to rewrite where we are. So let's just write out our line. So what have we got? We've got ln x squared. Take away this. Now just be careful, very easy to make a mistake here. That should be a plus, shouldn't it? Because it's take away all of this. That's going to be plus 2x. Now remember, it's between the limits of 4 and 2. So all I've got to do now is just going to sub in our 4 and the 2. Now again, be careful when you're doing this. So just to begin with, just sub it all in. Right? Just rewrite it, but with the 4s and the 2s in there. So 2 times, okay, I'll do that bit, and then ln 4, and then plus 8, right? So I need the answer to that, and then we're going to take away. So now substituting the 2. So ln 2 squared, take away 4 ln 2 plus 4. The reason I do it like that is very easy. Again, make a mistake at the end there with the signs. Right, now let's think about that ln 4. Now there's another clue here. If you look at the form that we needed to get to, is I only want to get ln 2's there. All right? So it's that old trick of like looking where you're trying to get to and think, well, okay, so I don't want this ln 4. Well, ln 4 is the same as it's ln 2 squared. Remember that 2 then comes to the front, doesn't it? Right, so you've actually got that. All right, so ln 4 is the same as 2 ln 2. So then take away. So then we've got the same idea here, 2 ln 2. So I'm just replacing the ln 4s with 2 ln 2's. And then take away 2 ln 2 squared and plus, remember it's double negative there, 4 ln 2, take away 4. Right. Now I want to take that 2 out of the bracket here. So at the moment, so it's squared, so that'd be 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. So we've got 16 ln 2 squared. And then I've got take away 16 ln 2 plus 8, take away 2 ln 2 squared. And we're nearly there. Done all the hard work. So 14 ln 2's squared. And then minus 16 ln 2 plus, so that's minus 12 ln 2, and then 8 take away 4 plus 4. And we've got to this stage here. Last little check to make sure it kind of matches what we're trying to get to. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? And we found out what A, B and C are.